I would doubt from their past records in style whether or not this one would go very far indeed. Wangila Napuni is 25.
Used to be known, Tom, as Robert Wangila. That's how he was known to everybody over here in the United States throughout the early part of his career.
After coming out of the Olympics in '88 as the gold medalist. And then he has changed the managerial guidance, going from top rank. The man with him there in the sailor hat is Cassius Green, who's doing the training with him now, following his every footstep. Across the way, a young man from London by way of New South Wales, Australia. That's Troy Waters, whose claim to fame is that he's the guy that decked Norris. Put him down.
Tremendous fight he fought against Norris. Had Norris hurt even on another 1 or 2 occasions in that bout beside the knockdown.
All right, those are the two. Jimmy Lennon Jr. is set to introduce them to all of us. Here's Jimmy.
Ladies and gentlemen, before our featured bout of the evening, at this time we ask you to rise for the singing of our national anthem. In the ring, presenting the colors, we have the U.S. Marine Corps Color Guard Recruiting Station, San Fernando Valley. And to lead us here tonight, we have the very talented singer and award-winning songwriter who co-wrote the theme to Rocky. Please welcome Carol Connors.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you very much to Carol Connors. Thank you also to the U.S. Marine Corps Color Guard Recruiting Station, San Fernando Valley. Ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us across the nation on Prime Network, we welcome you as Forum Boxing Incorporated and Budweiser, the undisputed king of beers, presents the main event of the evening, the Pentacontinental Light Middleweight Junior World Championship. This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. This bout is sanctioned by the Pentacontinental Boxing Union. The president is Thomas Hogan. The supervisor at ringside, George Yoshinaga, along with the California State Athletic Commission, the chairman, William Eastman, the vice chairman, Willie Buchanan, commissioner in attendance, Jerry Nathanson, and the executive director at ringside, Richard DeCure. Introducing to you the judges as appointed for this title main event, Raul Caiz, Pat Russell, Fritz Werner, and the referee in charge will be giving instructions after the introductions, Vince Delgado. All right, fans, here we go with the main event of the evening, scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. Introducing to you first on my left, fighting out of the red corner. He enters the ring wearing red, green, and yellow trunks. fighting out of the great city of Los Angeles by way of Nairobi, Kenya. He weighed in at 153 1/4 pounds with a fine record of 21 wins, 3 losses, with 16 wins coming by way of knockout. He is the 1988 Olympic gold medalist, introducing Wangila Napunyi. His opponent across the ring. On my right, fighting out of the blue corner in this 12-round title bout, he enters the ring in black trunks, coming all the way from Sydney, Australia. He weighed in at the same weight of 153 1/4 pounds, and his fine record includes 20 wins, 3 losses, with 14 wins coming by way of knockout. Welcome a fighter they call the Glamour with the Hammer, Troy Waters. Once again, he is a referee in charge, Vince Delgado.
All right, you have instructions in this room. Nice clean fight. You understand? I want you to break. I want you to break clean. Is that understood? Shake hands. Good luck.
Vince Delgado, the referee. The Pentacontinental rules are as follows: 10-point must system, 3 knockdown rule in effect, standing 8 count in effect, saved by the bell only in the last round. Referee or doctor can stop the fight. The 3 knockdown rule and the standing 8 count in effect. Tail of the tape, Walters is 2 inches taller. They both tipped the Toledo's at 153 1/4. Waters is 3 years older, and they each have a reach of 72 inches. Cassius Green. Bring some to get some was on the back of his warm-up jacket as he was talking a mile a minute.
I can't believe Cassius Green came in, the trainer for Wangila came in boxing trunks.
He did indeed. He looked like if something would happen to his guy, he was ready to fill in. Wangila was the Olympic gold medalist in '88. All 5 of his victories in Olympic competition by knockout. Waters, of course, is the guy whose claim to fame, aside from 20 victories and 3 losses, was the knockdown of Terry Norris.
He fought a tremendous fight that night. It was totally surprising. Norris considered by some, at least up to that point, to be the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world. And I think that fight by Waters certainly showed some vulnerability in Norris that many thought maybe did not exist.
To Norris's credit, he got back up and put Waters away. But a knockdown is a knockdown.
And he landed more than just a knockdown punch. He landed a lot of punches on Terry Norris throughout those 3 rounds. They were very vicious rounds. Wangila started off very fast. There was a good stiff left there, Tom. But Wangila started off his pro career very fast with 12 straight wins, and it looked as though he was going to be one of those Olympic gold medalists who immediately rose up the ladder. But then some of that weakness in his chin that supposedly there began to show up, and it hasn't been quite as easy since then.
No, and he has left Top Rank in the interim and is now being trained by Cassius Green and trying to put his career back on the track he wants it on. Waters busy covering up. He was born in London, lives in New South Wales, Australia. He's in black trunks. He got 14 knockouts in the 20 wins, 16 knockouts for Wangila.
Almost exactly identical records, Tom. Wangila 21-3, Waters at 20-3.
Yep. In between them, 30 KOs. Scheduled for 12. Wangila responds to a left jab by throwing about 5 or 6, all of which connected. Wangila obviously a lot quicker, Rich and Fernando, than Waters.
He looks it here early, Tom,
Yes,
and he's certainly more active so far than Troy Waters is.
Fernando, have you seen Waters fight before?
No, I saw Wangila's debut, and he seems slow even at that time. I think he's very powerful, but I don't think he's gotten any better yet.
Round 1 coming to a close.
against him.
Hey.
There's Tony. Bell brings him out for round 2. Waters in the black trunks, and Wangila, the pony, is in the green, red, and yellow trunks. Wangila starting out much quicker than Waters, gentlemen.
Waters slower starting in this fight than he did against Norris. He's just taking a lot of blows. And that's not a real good idea with Wangila, because Wangila packs a lot of punch in those pillows of his.
Waters busy covering up, not doing much in the way of retaliation. I don't know how good a chin he's got.
Waters, I should also mention, Tom, we've been talking about the Terry Norris fight, but a few years ago, he also got another opportunity to fight for the world title. He fought Gianfranco Rossi and was beaten in that fight. So he's been in with the better fighters, although you wouldn't know by what's going on here in round number 2 so far.
No, he's very slow getting off tonight. His face is very red, and he's caught a lot of leather. And he's busy covering up in a kind of a peekaboo style, as Wangila's been working him over pretty good. I saw Gianfranco Rossi, in fact, I did the fight he had against Donald Curry over in Italy at San Remo. If memory serves correct, the fight went along. It looked like one that nobody wanted to win, or both were afraid they were going to win. It was a strange bout.
There's the first good left hook that seemed to
Waters is thrown, yeah.
I think we're in for a real slugfest here.
Well, I think so, too. Waters obviously has some punching credentials, and he's going to have to let Wangila know about that. He's not going to be able just to stand there and let Wangila tee off on him like he's doing.
A couple of those punches got in there. He managed to block most of them, but still, if you let a guy just tee off like that against you, it's going to take an effect.
It is indeed. And Wangila now is just combinations, right, left, hits him with a solid right.
He rocked him as a left to the body, Tom, and they may call that a knockdown.
I think it was a slip.
It tripped him. The reason he's calling it a knockdown, even though it was a trip or a slip, is the fact that a punch landed at the same time.
That's right.
The left hook to the body, which is why Delgado is calling it a knockdown.
Punch was thrown, punch landed. I didn't think he tripped him, but I thought it was a real slip right in the middle of the ring.
He really didn't go down from the effect of the punch. The punch was almost coincidental with the fact that he fell down.
I'll tell you, the most surprised guy was Wangila as he bounced on the back of his lap, jumped up and looked at Delgado, who was counting. The second most surprised guy, I think, might have been Waters. There's the bell. That's the end of round number 2. We'll follow Waters back over to his corner.
What's your name? How you feel? What is your angle? The angle. The angle. What is the angle? Very nice. Just get cool and keep your hands up. Jab, jab. Okay, come on, mate. Keep cool, mate. Don't bend down like this.
We'll look back at the action in round 2. Waters being worked over pretty good by Wangila. Here's another look at it. Rich will take another look at the knockdown, and you tell me what happened here. He hit him with the left hand. Right there.
There's the left to the body, and down he goes. But
his legs were tangled.
Yeah, I think he tripped him, actually, Tom, if we had a shot there with the feet.
I don't think he tripped him. Really? Do you think so, Fernando?
I think I saw that.
How about that? At any rate, even if you thought Wangila won the round, it's only going to be a 10-10 round.
Well, I tell you, I called it, most of the time, the referee called it a knockdown. Now, most of the times in boxing, when a knockdown is scored, you'll judge it a 10-8 round.
Right.
But I'm going to give my unofficial card, I'm giving the round to Waters because of the knockdown, but only by 10-9. Rather spurious knockdown.
Waters is in the black trunks. Wangila and the Punier in the yellow, green, and red.
They asked Waters in his corner to jab more, but we haven't seen anything resembling a jab from Waters yet.
No, but he seems to be a bit more active as he reached out with the left hand and caught Wangila kind of counting the house, so to speak. Waters will be cautioned about a low blow. The best round for Waters outside of that knockdown, Rich. I mean, he's beginning to throw some punches and get off first.
Yeah, suddenly he's getting into the fight.
Yeah.
You even wonder if maybe as flash a knockdown as that was, if it encouraged him somehow.
He appeared to be pacing himself at the beginning of the fight. He apparently is opening up a little bit more now.
Well, he's doing that, Fernando, but I don't know about pacing himself. He was catching a lot of punches.
And I'll tell you, an interesting thing about Waters, when we talk about his toughness in there, this is a guy that has had his jaw broken in boxing 3 different times, and he's still in that ring.
Wangila just peppering away with a barrage of punches to the head. Waters trying to block most of them. Succeeding, but not with all of them, of course. Lands a pretty good right on the chin of Wangila. The crowd is shouting Mexico.
I'm trying to figure that one out myself.
Have I missed something here along the way?
If you guys find out, let me know, because I'm also lost.
Wangila's from Kenya.
I think they're chanting for Fernando.
Fernando's been working on his Swahili and his Bantu. Round 3 coming to a close, and a busy one it's been. It's a tough fight. We'll be back.
Very tough round to score.
Yep.
I'm going to give it to Wangila.
Punches off. Keep warning you. Come on, play you first. Go ahead, go first. Okay. That's it. Two uppercuts. Two uppercuts, boy. Not on the making, right? When you open up on the making, I'm going to get shit off of you.
And you got all the power.
Two uppercuts, boy.
Start using them now. He's had enough after 3.
How you feel? Come on, man. Look at jab going. Jab in the right hand.
Round 4, it's scheduled for 12. Wangila. The multicolored trunks, Waters, black trunks. Neither man marked up that much. Wangila down in round number 2.
And again, the judging of that round now by the judges, if this fight should go to a decision, Tom, will be very interesting.
Well, indeed.
And Waters seemed to
pretty good combination by Waters there as he caught Wangila kind of back on his heels, Fernando, and hit him a couple of solid shots to the forehead and the face.
He appeared to wobble in the legs. I don't know if it really hurt him or he was just going down in his stance.
Waters picking up the tempo a bit, Rich Murata, and he's flashing that left hand out there.
Now his punches are really having an effect.
Big right hand. Big left hand.
Now, watch the legs of Wangila. They're definitely a little bit rubbery here, and he's in trouble, but he's dangerous. Remember his own punching power.
Back he comes with a flurry, catches another left. Waters blocking.
Here's the war we expected, Tom.
We're in round number 4. Waters threw an uppercut that had "Good Night Wangila" written all over it, but it just never quite connected. There's one that caught him on the chin. Now again, I think they've may take a point away. They're going to take a point away. Going to take a point away from Waters.
It came with the second warning. He had been warned in the previous round about a low blow. This to me doesn't flurry. This to me doesn't have the look of a distance fight, though.
No, I don't think that point. Or was he really knocked down, or was it 10-8 or 10-9 in round 2? Will figure into it. I think somebody goes down, and they'll be counting over them before we get to round number 12 and a final decision. You know, for a couple of sluggers, gentlemen, whose chins have been listed as suspect or questionable, these two guys have taken some pretty good shots from each other.
And against guys who can bang.
Yep.
Waters is landing much cleaner blows now in this round.
Delgado had something to say to Wangila. Well, that short right hand, that uppercut was a jolter thrown by Waters.
A very sneaky punch.
Yeah. Catches Wangila with another one. A left hand at the bell. That takes care of round number 4. Prime Network's Pac-10 Game of the Week will come to you from Tempe, Arizona this Saturday as the Arizona State Sun Devils host the Washington Huskies. Arizona State suddenly finding itself as 3-4 now, and the Huskies, who are just playing for the fun of it this year, are 5-2. Catch all the action this weekend. Washington and Arizona State, the Pac-10 Game of the Week, right here on Prime Network. The champion, James Toney, is here. There he is.
Lights out, Tony.
That's it.
That is about the most active champion in the world today. He fights like the old-time fighters, Tom. He doesn't need a title fight. He just wants to fight every other month. He takes on a lot of non-title fights, but he's always in action. I think he's had 5 fights already this year, if you can believe that.
He's the type of guy who wants to prove to one and all, and to everyone, that he truly is a champion and the best. All right, out they come for round number 5. Waters in the black. Wangila, the pony, is in the yellow, green, and red trunks. The pony was down in round number 2. Shot to the body. Whether Waters tripped him, hit him, or he slipped. He went down.
I scored that last round for Waters, Tom, at 10-9, but remember, you must deduct a point from Waters' total in that last round, so basically you come out with a situation of a 9-9 round being scored.
Yep. Waters had a point taken away for a low blow after having been warned.
It looks as though Waters takes Wangila's punches a little bit better than Wangila has been able to absorb Waters so far.
Well, if that's the case, he's fortunate because he just got nailed with 3 in a row. Now he backs Wangila up. They exchange jabs. These guys are junior middleweights, 154-pounders. Wangila banging away, Waters covering up, but not all of them. Several of them get through, and Waters again is cautioned for a low blow. It's another punch that looked a bit low.
Waters, though, digs to the body pretty good, Tom, with that left hand.
I'll tell you, those shots to the liver have a tendency, while the judge or the referee might say, get him up, they have a tendency to bring that right hand down, though, from the opposition. Devastating punch. I had Ruben Castillo tell me one night here, Rich, you have no idea how bad you hurt when you get hit right there at the liver. It just, he said, it's excruciating. Boy, pretty good left hand, first to the body, and then he came right upstairs and hooked it to the jaw.
Right, he doubled up on that hook very nicely. And there's a jab that seemed to daze Wangila a little bit.
Backed him up. There's another one in the right hand, and I think that hurt him just for a moment. Put him back in the corner. There's a right hand.
Wangila's in a little bit of trouble right here, Tom. He answers back.
Yes, he does, but I don't think they were those power punches we saw in the first round or two. And his foot slipped a little bit, and his legs are a little rubbery. Waters has him in the corner trying to hurt him more. The round is coming to a close. Wangila fighting back as we come to the end of round 5. You know, this is a tough guy, this kid over here.
Yeah.
Very tough.
Listen, I was really impressed when he fought Terry Norris, man. He fought a good fight.
Yeah, he's a tough guy.
I don't see Wangila being able to go the distance with him. I don't think. I think he's going to get him.
You understand when you back up and look at it. This has got to work out.
Ahead of you, man. Ahead of you. Listen to you. So you first every time. And go jabbing the hook with his hand, with his hand.
Don't back straight back to him, but kick you in your back. Stay down. Never back up to that.
Stay cool, okay?
Who's the ball?
Otter says he's running.
What?
Kathy's a big fight fan. Big fight fan. Watch it. As they come on for round 6, look back at round 5 for a moment. That left hand that sends Wangila back on his heels and into the corner. Waters, which were out on Fernando, seems to have gotten a bit stronger here the last 2-3 rounds. He seems to have gotten a bit of an edge on Wangila. There's a left hand that I think hurt Wangila on the right. Wangila holding on.
I think the tip-off last round, Tom, is when he actually dazed him with a left jab. You can see that Waters is really picking up steam.
Wangila right back on his heels. He's got him against the ropes.
He's beginning to walk through Wangila's punches now.
He's got him hurt, I think, Rich. He's
Yes.
got the ropes hanging on. Wangila looks like he's ready to go down. Waters all over him. Vince Delgado, I don't know what the referee is doing in between them there. Wangila's tough, fighting back. Waters has the crowd on its feet. Wangila staggering. I don't know what the referee's doing in between them.
I thought he was going to try to jump in and stop it, but if he wasn't going to stop it, he shouldn't have been trying to get between them.
They want to get out of his way, get out of everybody's way.
That's all.
I think he's afraid that he's going to hurt him. And he stopped it. Waters tried to jump over in the ring ropes. He almost hurt himself jumping into the rope.
That's a good young fighter, Troy Waters, and you can see from this performance tonight, Tom, that his performance against Terry Norris was no fluke.
None whatsoever. This is one tough customer. We assume, and I think rightfully so, that Wangila comes in with a pretty good punch. His efforts in the ring to date would indicate that this guy can hit and put you away. But this Waters took some solid shots in the first 2 rounds. But from round number 3, discounting the knockdown, as suspect as it might be, from round number 3, he took charge of this fight, and he really hurt Wangila. And finally, the referee stopped it. He was either going to or wasn't. He was kind of undecided. Finally stepped in there and stopped it.
Yeah, he just picked up steam as he went along, Tom, and in this last round, almost from the get-go, he had Wangila in big trouble. What a corking right hand that was. And Delgado, it seemed, for almost 20 seconds, wanted to stop the fight. And then finally he did.
All right, we'll get the official time in the 6th round. The winner, this man, the Aussie, awesome Aussie, Troy Waters. We'll be back. Fight Night at the Forum continues after this. That's right. Amen. Yep. Amen. Be very smart to bring him back. Get him back here in a month or so, huh? Get him back on that December card. Huh?
Any chance you might do
That's up to the people who produce the flags. Nederlanders, guys. Nederlanders. You give them a call and let them know how you feel. You know, they're in downtown LA. These guys are Nederlanders. I mean, even if Milton's one, I figured you were going to do it.
Forum Boxing is brought to you by Budweiser. Hey, and there's a lot more to come. So open a cold Budweiser and get ready with that clean, crisp taste that only comes from Beechwood aging. Hey, this Bud's for you. We're here at the Great Western Forum in Inglewood, California, and the crowd on its feet and buzzing when a fight between Wangila Napunyi and Troy Waters, and Waters scoring a knockout win in the 6th. There's the awesome Aussie.
He's got movie star good looks, Tom. He ought to hang around in Hollywood.
All right, Jimmy Lennon Jr. has got the official time of the knockout. Here's Jimmy.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time, 1 minute, 8 seconds in round number 6. The referee in charge, Vince Delgado, stops the contest. Winner by way of knockout and the new Pentacontinental Light Middleweight Junior World Champion, the Glamour with the Hammer, Troy Waters.
Hey, you gotta like that. The Glamour with the hammer. That hammer being the right hand. He certainly exhibited that. A big, good-looking kid from New South Wales, Australia, born in London. He's 28 years of age. Now would seem to be his time as he goes to 21-3 with 15 knockouts, Rich.
Tom, I'd like to see him right back here at the Forum in more action. And he got a tremendous reaction from the fans here at ringside as he was carried around the ring. You can tell immediately that people like this kid.
Well, he appeared as the fight got started early to be catching a lot of unnecessary leather. But I tell you, as rounds 3, 4, 5, and finally round 6 came along, this guy was in charge. Fernando Paramo is ready with Troy Waters. Here's Fernando.
Troy, congratulations on a tremendous victory.
Thank you very much. I was a little bit, my timing wasn't on early in the bout. I knew that long as the fight went, it would be my fight because, I'm strong, I'm tough. I'm a national super welterweight. Take nothing away from Robert Wangila, he's a great fighter. But I think we're just too strong for him on the night.
We're going to see the end of the fight. If you can tell us, bring us along how it was developing towards the end of the fight, as you can see on the screen.
Well, as you can see here, I'm just looking for an opening. Earlier, I think I caught him with a left hook. There's a right hand. And I knew he was in trouble. All I had to do was just keep on him. And the referee did a great job stopping the fight because I wasn't going to let up until, Wangila was on the floor. So the referee's done the right thing.
Here's the better putting on your belt now. Tell us a little bit about the Terry Norris fight. Your manager was asking you to say that you would talk about that fight. Tell us a little bit about that fight.
Well, everybody, who saw the fight knew that I was in with a puncher's chance. I knocked him down in the second round. Norris knocked me down in the first. I knocked him down in the second. Norris knocked me down in the third. And as I say to people, I will stop with cut eyes before the 4th round. If it was the 4th round, we'd been knocked down a piece. Maybe it was my turn in the 4th. And, Norris might not have recovered. I was feeling strong that night. Norris could be some good punches, but the longer the fight went, it certainly would have been my fight.
You the title is now. What happens now?
Well, I took my management, my manager Bruce Kennedy, my new trainer Charlie Gergen, who I've been in America now for 7 weeks working with him up the mountain, and everything's coming together nicely. And I'm sure that a few more fights and we'll challenge for that world title and win it.
Thank you very much. Congratulations once again.
Thank you. And I'd just like to say best wishes to Lupe Aquino, who fights for the WA title on Saturday. Way to go, Lupe.
Troy Waters sending along congratulations to everybody. There he is, a little kiss for you. We'll be back with more from the Great Western Forum.